Warning: this video might scare you. If you're easily frightened, it's best not to watch. Viewer discretion is advised.
Number 1. This eerie footage comes from The Quiet Wild, a YouTube channel run by two close friends who focus on canoe camping and off-grid adventures deep in the Canadian wilderness. Their content usually features calm journeys across remote lakes, gear testing, and peaceful exploration, but sometimes they come across things that are anything but ordinary. On May 2nd, 2025, the two friends were testing out their brand new canoe on a quiet lake in northern Ontario. It was meant to be a simple practice run before a longer trip through Algonquin Park, but their relaxing day took a strange turn when they landed on a small, isolated island and made some unsettling discoveries. Right away, the island felt off.
Think you can get out here? Should we aim for the bush?
Yeah. Go around this way because there's a big rock here. Lando.
Not so bad.
Noticeable or? Okay, yeah.
That's okay.
So we just paddled back across the river to that island that we pointed out earlier. We'll show you guys around. There's some pretty weird things. We're gonna stop and have a bite to eat though and then get back on our way. But yeah, we'll show you some of the stuff that we stumbled across.
They got these pulleys and stuff set up, but I don't know if this hang your food. So it's like it's set up to pull something up. Like
it could be to keep your, but like you're
on an island though. So
yeah.
Like, are you worried about a bear swimming across in the night?
Maybe.
You gotta hang your food, like.
So yeah, these booster cables, they're not attached to anything.
Like they've got electrical for light bulbs, you know?
Yeah, which, I mean, you're leaving that out all winter. It's kind of...
That doesn't make sense. Yeah. You guys can see behind me, there's this platform here, and Robbie and I talked about doing this with the hot tent. I'd like to do something like this. Obviously, like this does have an impact on the outdoors. So yeah, this platform, Robbie and I wanted to do something like this. This is Crown land. So having a structure like this, you know, is really not something that you should be doing. The exception to that would be if somebody had treaty rights.
Scattered around were odd setups and strange objects, things that didn't belong in the middle of untouched wilderness. They found a pulley system that looked like it could be for hanging food, but it didn't make much sense out on a remote island. Booster cables, light bulbs, and even electrical wires were just lying around, exposed to the elements. They also came across a wooden platform built on the forest floor. While something like that could be useful for cold weather camping, building permanent structures on Crown land is generally not allowed unless someone has treaty rights. The platform looked worn but still solid, clearly made with effort, but now left to decay.
Too much. You could always insulate the underside as well. No, we're gonna check the rest of this out. Like there are some oddities. I wish whoever was here would have taken a little better care of it because there's some debris and like stuff screwed into the trees and stuff, which is never great. But overall, it's kind of neat to come across something like this out in the bush. Like we've been up here now a couple hours and Robbie and I haven't crossed paths with anybody yet. So somebody's got their own little slice of heaven. Check this out. That's what I was talking about, the light switch. And then I saw like a string line high up somewhere. Right here, there's a wire here.
It's definitely rinky dinky.
Wow, it's not the right, like it's not the right.
Look, there's a fixture right here.
Yeah, look at the wires they used.
This is weird.
I wonder if this is their outhouse. There's a light switch on there too, like
with outlets, I think.
See, I'm a little curious about the wire. Like, see those, look at the springs. Like, is this electrical? Like, is it supposed to be like an electric fence? Look, you can see it.
Yeah.
They've got these like screws with silicone, and then this bare wire just runs everywhere.
Yeah. Which seems to be...
And there's light switches screwed all into this tree.
And the spring is connected to the switch.
As they explored more, they noticed light switches and wires screwed directly into trees. There were bare electrical wires running between trunks, springs connected to switches, and strange setups that looked dangerously improvised. It almost looked like someone had tried to set up power or lighting all over the island, but in the most unsafe and puzzling way possible. Then came more strange signs.
I bet you she's floating in the water. Like, why do this? I don't... And like, to have just exposed wire as like running through trees. Like
Yeah, but these wires are going up to nothing.
Oh,
Unless they end up connecting to like these fixtures.
another
Which,
light switch here.
is Paw coming out here? This looks like Paw's work.
Oh, the light turned on.
I don't think this is being used because it's all cut.
So somebody's camped out here. There was a fire pit with a platform there. So like they're probably coming in and camping.
We'll go check out that tarp over there.
If any of you guys watching are bird experts, comment down below what kind of eggs those are.
Is it?
Toilet? Is there a camp shower there too?
Is it an actual toilet? Okay. See, I mean, that looks relatively new too, eh? Like, that box, oh, it stinks. Or is that just in my head?
Are there duck eggs in there? Yeah, this is just weird, eh? Like, can we show this on YouTube?
Oh, it's a legit toilet seat.
Actually, that's a good setup.
Yeah. You want to have a peek in there or no?
I don't really want to touch it.
Oh.
Was it full?
I didn't look. It's a 5-gallon pail. I don't know if the bottom's cut out of it. I didn't.
Camping gear left hanging from trees, old fixtures, and random items that seemed to suggest whoever was there didn't plan on leaving suddenly. Yet everything had been abandoned. One of the most unsettling things was how much of the setup looked recent, not old or weather-worn. It was like someone had just walked away. Among all this, they stumbled upon what looked like a makeshift toilet setup and even found a nest with eggs nearby. The overall scene was confusing. Bits of trash, exposed wiring, and odd installations all over the place. It felt less like an old campsite and more like a forgotten hideout. The whole thing raises a lot of questions. Was this just a strange abandoned camp? Or was something else happening on that island? Something secret or even creepy? No one knows for sure. But the effort it took to haul all that gear and set everything up so deep in the wilderness, only to leave it behind, is disturbing. Subscribe and help us reach 20,000 subscribers. We've decided to give away the Spirit Talker app to 10 subscribers once we hit our goal. Number 2, Grant is no stranger to the outdoors. He often spends his days fishing in quiet lakes and enjoying the peacefulness of nature. But this particular trip to Yellowstone National Park didn't go quite as planned. What started off as a relaxing day by the water slowly turned into something much more intense.
Spot number 1 today, guys. We are on the Yellowstone River here in Yellowstone National Park. I know you guys know a lot about the flooding that went on here. Water levels have dropped, perfect levels, and these fish seem to be pretty happy from what I've been hearing. So I decided why not to come out here, try a stealth camp, and see what we can do if we can find some fish today. So just show you guys the whole Yellowstone National Park.
He kicked things off fishing by the Yellowstone River, taking advantage of the calm conditions after the recent floods. With water levels finally back to normal and fish activity picking up, it seemed like the perfect opportunity for a bit of stealth camping and a peaceful overnight stay.
Everything else is closed, gated. So we found a little dirt road, guys. We're gonna take it all the way down until the spot that we think is safest. So I did check at some of the campsites, see if they have some availability, and they do not, as figured. So we're gonna have to see what we can do here. Not loving it, not hating it. It's about the best we got, guys. There's not a whole lot of cover, so if someone comes down here, I mean, we are sticking out in the open. I'm not gonna dare go off any side trail or anything like that. We're gonna stay here. But hey, who knows? This is pretty far off the beaten path here, folks. This ain't just right off the side of the roads.
After spending the day casting lines and soaking in the beauty of the park, Grant began looking for a place to rest. Unfortunately, all the official campsites were full. With few options, he took a gamble on a secluded dirt road and found a small clearing to park his van. It wasn't ideal, out in the open with little cover, but it was the best he could find that far off the beaten path. As night fell, he stayed alert, especially with the thought of grizzly bears nearby. Still, things felt calm, and he settled into his van for the night. But just before midnight, everything changed.
It just got dark here, so I decided to hop in the back of the truck now, as I was getting pretty terrified with the grizzlies and all that good stuff, guys. Fingers crossed nothing happens in the rest of the night. It's been a pretty good night so far, pretty good day. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been an awesome adventure. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and I'll wake you up if anything else goes on the rest of the night, but I think we're looking all right. Coming, sir.
Hey, dude, sorry to bother you, man. It's getting late.
No worries.
Fortunately, there's no camping in here. Are you the only one in the vehicle, brother?
It's just me, man.
All right, can you step out? You got a license on you, brother?
Dude, I'll have to get my wallet, man.
Do anything you can?
Yeah, man, just, actually on the Boise. Just doing some camping. I did not know it was illegal.
Yeah, dude, so unfortunately you can't camp in Yellowstone at this place. You're gonna have to...
No problem. I do apologize.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, the sound of tires crunching over gravel jolted him awake. A vehicle slowly approached, headlights sweeping across the van. His heart raced as someone stepped out. It was a park ranger. The ranger informed him that camping in that area wasn't allowed. It was Grant's first time being caught stealth camping, and though the ranger was polite, the warning was enough to shake him up. Thankfully, he wasn't fined or charged. Still, the encounter left a mark. Grant quickly packed up and left the area, deciding that stealth camping in Yellowstone was an experience he wouldn't repeat anytime soon. Number 3, Vlad and his family had just moved into a quiet home in the countryside, but soon after settling in, they began to notice unusual activity around their property. Curious and a bit concerned, Vlad decided to install security cameras to see if he could catch anything unusual. He never expected what those cameras would eventually reveal. In November 2021, something strange finally happened. While outside with his wife and their puppy, Vlad heard odd sounds coming from the woods. At first, they thought it might be an animal, but the noise seemed too strange to be normal.
Upon listening to this barking sound, I noticed that it really didn't sound like a dog. It almost sounded like something was mimicking a dog. Didn't think nothing of it at the time. We were in good spirits, and I started barking back at it. Or rather, I was saying woof.
Woof! Woof! Bark! Bark, bark, bark!
The sound quickly moved from one part of the field to another in just a few seconds, something no regular animal could do.
Again, didn't think nothing of it at the time. Then a few seconds later, we heard it on the opposite end of the field. Me and my girl were kind of puzzled. It was the exact same sound, but how could an animal move that fast? Again, didn't think nothing of it. Then we started hearing other sounds, kind of like a bird. And again, I mocked it.
Later that night, while taking a break outside, Vlad heard heavy breathing right next to him, but when he looked around, no one was there. He rushed inside to review the camera footage and saw something unexplainable, something that proved he wasn't imagining things. From that moment, he became determined to figure out what was lurking around his home. He set up trail cameras deep in the woods and checked them regularly. For months, nothing appeared. But one day, while checking the cameras with his daughter, he found one of them lying on the ground.
Trail cams and one's missing. Well, that's great. Let's go check the other cameras. Oh God, there's one. Yeah, that's interesting. Looks like somebody took the module out of it. That's nope, here it is. There's that. And here is the module. Great. Maybe this caught something. Battery's low. Okay, hold that. Did you get the laptop?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right, well, thank God for that. Let's see what's on this. Let's pull the SD card out. Okay. What did that even sound like?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go. I'm getting a little paranoid. Okay, I'm gonna go home and better inspect this video.
The footage from it contained a sound so strange and unfamiliar that he couldn't make sense of it, even after watching it over and over again. He showed the clip to others, but no one could explain what it was. Sometime later, 2 of his friends came by to visit, and he shared the footage with them as well. Intrigued, they all decided to head out and explore the woods together, hoping to hear or see something unusual.
There's that same damn sound, dude. That ain't a bird, bro.
It's moving. Give me the flashlight.
Dude. Yeah, take that flashlight. Oh, did you hear it? It moved way back there, dude. Oh my God, dude.
Hold on.
Thank God.
Close, that was close.
It's back over there. Now it's over there.
It's coming from there.
Alright. We've been out here for a solid 4 to 5 hours, and we've heard some pretty strange things, but nothing groundbreaking.
While they were out there, the strange sounds returned, echoing through the darkness. But despite hours of searching, they didn't find anything solid, just more unanswered questions. Weeks later, Vlad was out walking his dog when the eerie feeling returned. He heard movement in the bushes and felt something close by. His dog was clearly disturbed too.
Sense. It's okay. I can't see to get back there. Something just moved through the bushes. And I think it's going back the other way. Teddy is still flipping out. Come on. Come on, Charlie. What do you see?
After safely making it back home, Vlad's curiosity pushed him to check beyond the fence. That's when he heard something chilling.
Charlie. Oh my God.
A child's voice coming from the woods. Terrified, he ran back inside. After that night, Vlad stopped posting updates. No one knows if the strange presence ever left or if it's still out there, watching. So what do you think? Was something truly haunting that property, or was it all just coincidence? Number 4. Carl, the host of Dark Arts TV, decided to revisit Roswell Forest, a location famous for UFO sightings and strange creatures. Despite a disturbing experience during his last trip, he returned once again, this time with his friend Dan. What was meant to be a casual camping adventure quickly turned unsettling.
I was talking at the same time and so was you. So I don't know where it came from.
You heard an echo?
Yeah.
It's no. Low.
Well, it sounds like almost like a duck. But ducks don't echo.
It's a bit weird, man.
Let's get to base camp.
It's a little bit strange, isn't it? Right, so, it's heard like some weird echo thing when he was talking. Honestly, I can convey like the feelings right now of this place is just like really unusual. That rumble. Yeah.
Why don't you have that on all the time?
I ain't got enough battery for that, man.
I feel a lot better if you had the bright light on.
Yeah, it'll soon die, that's the problem.
Things we have panel lights. We've got loads of panel lights. We just need that for travelling through here.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if anything crank happens and is like high energy, it'll just drain the battery and we've got to get out of it in pitch blackness, which I'm not.
Not long after setting up camp, the atmosphere started to feel off. Odd echoes and unexplained noises began to fill the air, and the surrounding woods seemed to come alive with a strange presence. Something about the forest just didn't feel right. It was as if they weren't alone. As the night wore on, the sounds around them grew louder and more disturbing.
On and make yourself known to us. What the hell was that? Bro, what was that? No, seriously. I know. You definitely got that on the audio. Definitely. That was damn loud. Yeah, I've got goosebumps. That was loud. What the fucking hell was that? Yeah, you don't freak. Yeah, me too. The worst thing is we didn't bring any weapons. No. That's what I said to you, we shouldn't have gone. That was loud, that, bro. That was real loud. Whatever made that was a sizable mass. Yeah. Because that was an echo. Quite a big echo.
Unnatural rumbles and strange echoes echoed through the trees. They stayed still, hoping it would pass. But the tension in the air only grew heavier. The forest had an energy that couldn't be ignored. Then something loud, far too loud to be natural, echoed through the darkness. It sounded close, powerful, and impossible to explain. They felt exposed, vulnerable, and completely unprepared. Whatever made that noise seemed large and close, and the sound carried a weight that sent chills down their spines. With each passing moment, the fear increased. The more they looked for answers, the more intense the feeling of being watched became. It was clear that something was out there, something they couldn't see or understand. Feeling overwhelmed and unsafe, Carl and Dan decided to leave the forest behind before things got worse. Number 5, Jordan and Johnny, the duo behind the Paranormal's YouTube channel, are known for seeking out the creepiest haunted spots they can find. From eerie voices in forgotten churches to shadowy figures inside decaying hotels, they faced it all together. But this time, the challenge took a new turn. Johnny was going solo. Armed with his gear and determination, Johnny stepped into an old abandoned house in Nanette, Manitoba, a place the team had investigated before. Locals speak of ghost sightings and a dark figure seen peering from the windows long after the building was deserted. The house was once connected to a sanatorium, and every visit so far had left them with chills. Now Johnny was back, alone, to see what might happen if he faced the place by himself. As night fell, he began his investigation. The silence was thick, and the unsettling atmosphere crept in fast.
You can use this device in my hand to let me know, or come touch this REM pod with this green light in the antenna. No, not a threat. Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy shit. Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy shit. Oh my god. It starts going nuts. I don't know if those are stacked on top of each other.
Whispers from his equipment, unexplained movements, and strange energy in the air quickly shattered any sense of calm. Something inside that house wasn't just watching, it was interacting.
There used to be caves, like underground tunnels in here. They're blocked off now by that. Can you come in front of this baby and touch it or make it go off? If you go in front of it, it'll make a noise. Can you give me another indication that you're here? That was if that was you that knocked these water bottles around. You can do more stuff like that so that I can know for sure if you're here. There's a knock here. Thank you. Light it up once so that I know you're here. There's no way. That just turned on. Can you turn it off again? What the
The building's energy seemed to grow heavier with each passing hour. A light mysteriously turned on. Loud knocks echoed from empty rooms. Even his gear began reacting in ways that pointed to an invisible presence nearby.
Hello? It's so quiet, but it's like that is impossible. Knocking at this. Oh my god. Harry? Is that you? I heard another voice in the spirit box too. Knocking at this. Oh my god. Harry? Is that you? I heard another voice in the spirit box too. What the hell? Yeah, that's f***ing creepy.
Despite the fear, Johnny pressed forward, moving from room to room, hoping to ease the pressure. But it only got worse. One of the most disturbing moments came when he reviewed footage from a stationary camera. It had captured something he hadn't noticed during filming, something unexplainable, adding a layer of terror to an already intense night. As the night wore on, the house seemed to push back harder. Loud bangs erupted from the upper floors. Objects moved, and the environment became hostile.
That's f***ing creepy. No way. Why did you have to go and break that? Harry, that's not a fun game to play. Object, yeah. Are you mad at me? Would you like me to leave? I can go investigate another wrench. I can go investigate another area. There's a lot of spirits here that I can speak with. I don't have to come and stay and talk to you. I don't want you to start breaking my stuff, and then I don't want to stay and speak with you.
Overwhelmed, Johnny decided it was time to get out. But even then, the building made things difficult.
What the f***? Mother? What the f*** was that? No way. Holy f***. What is that? Hey, you? outside for a smoke?
His gear was scattered, his nerves frayed, and the panic began to rise.
That bang that came from the second floor was so loud it was echoing throughout the entire sanatorium. I heard it up on the third floor, and it was so loud that it actually sounded like it came from the third floor. So I started running around trying to figure out where it came from because it sounded like it came from in one of the rooms up on the third floor.
When he finally escaped into the night, there was a mix of emotions: fear, relief, and pride for sticking it out as long as he did. He returned the next day with Jordan to retrieve the rest of his equipment. But one thing was certain: this solo night would stay with him forever. And now we move from one terrifying experience to the next. Number 6. This intense footage comes from Kat and Andy, a full-time RV family known for their down-to-earth vlogs about life on the move. Normally, their channel shares cozy campground tours, family routines, and what it's like raising kids on the road. But on April 25th, 2025, things took a frightening turn when they found themselves directly in the path of a powerful Midwest storm system. Tornado watches had already been issued, and forecasters were warning of violent storms, hail, and life-threatening flash floods. Parked in Ohio, the couple had weathered their fair share of storms before, but this one felt different.
Huh?
Should we go to the bathroom? Babe, that wind is picking up like minute by minute.
Very dangerous storm is set to bring multiple rounds of severe weather. Multiple rounds of heavy rain will lead to life-threatening flash flooding and major river flooding across parts of the Mississippi Valley and Ohio Valley.
This is concerning.
Rain is just starting to drop. We are getting hit in about 45 minutes where our location is in Ohio right now. We really didn't know if the storm was going to be like super significant to our area. It has been confirmed it is. And so we are not wasting any time. We're just getting everything prepared to start getting ready to go in about 30 minutes.
Winds picked up fast, skies darkened, and within minutes they knew they couldn't risk staying in their airstream. They quickly packed essentials, bundled the kids, and took the dogs out for one last walk before heading for a safer spot, a hotel room on the ground floor.
All right, let's go somewhere other than an RV.
Oh my gosh. It's not even technically here yet either.
Oh no, this is far from here.
Well, we have no choice but to go to our safe place because Target closes in an hour and the storm is going to last for 3. The wall of the storm is just like off to our left, and it just looks like just party lights going off. You can just see all of the lightning. You can hear just
party lights.
You can hear all the thunder. It just sounds like bombs going off, and we just know that's going to hit in like 15 minutes here. We have 3 tornadoes south of us right now. The closest one is 25 miles.
That'll be nice. Oh my gosh. Hear that?
Oh, the wind just picked up so much. Okay, what's the plan? Just get in as quickly as possible?
Hold on, is that sound wind or is it?
I don't know.
As they drove, the atmosphere grew more threatening. Lightning flashed nonstop. Thunder rolled like distant explosions, and radar showed multiple tornadoes dropping just miles away. In the hotel, they stayed glued to weather alerts, prepared a safe space in the bathroom with mattresses and helmets, and braced for the worst. Fortunately, the twisters missed them by a narrow margin, but the emotional toll lingered. The danger didn't end there.
Weather forecasters just pop off on all these supercells. There's so many tornadoes on the ground in surrounding states. So we'll see what happens when it comes through Ohio right now. But in the meantime, we are out of our camper. We are in a hotel room, the first floor. We have a box of donuts that Andrew picked up, some coffee, and we're gonna watch the storm roll on through.
Right to us.
We've just kind of watched our neighboring states get wrecked. The forecasters that we watch on YouTube, the tornado warnings are literally 28 active tornado warnings, 12 on top of each other, new ones rolling in. There's active tornadoes on the ground. It's done so much damage to neighborhoods and schools, and I don't think any fatalities have been reported yet, thank goodness. Definitely a lot of injuries. It's a terrifying storm. We do have a plan. So we have like our bedroom, obviously to get away from the windows. Our bathroom has 2 doors. This one closes, so this is probably like our best bet.
Days of heavy rain pushed rivers to their limits, and their RV park, located just below a dam, was soon surrounded by rising floodwaters. Roads became impassable, and to make things worse, the entire family came down with flu-like symptoms.
The other day, we discovered that our RV park where we're at, it's literally just surrounded by the rivers, and as we were driving by the rivers, they were literally like hugging the road. They were already so high, and we're next to a dam as well, like right underneath the dam. So we're supposed to get about 8 to 10 inches of rain over the next few days. We're just jumping right into the next severe weather hazard.
It was one thing after another. Kat and Andy's story is a powerful reminder that RV life, while adventurous and freeing, comes with very real risks. They made the right calls, stayed calm, and got out in time. But when you live on wheels, there's no basement to hide in. Just your instincts, a bit of planning, and hope that the next storm passes you by. Leslie Mansfield is known for her solo camping trips, often taking viewers along as she hikes deep into remote forests to escape into nature. But on this particular outing, what started as another peaceful night under the stars quickly turned unsettling. She arrived at a secluded woodland area just before nightfall. After parking her vehicle, she grabbed her gear and began trekking through the forest, flashlight in hand, searching for a quiet place to set up camp.
It's a nice area and all. Okay, what I'll do, I'm not supposed to be on here, so I'll bring you back when I'm somewhere where I'm allowed. Oh, that's good. I'm out of that bit now that I'm not allowed. I'm going up the track here. Oh, all my bigger torch is in the rucksack. So let me see if I can show you. Oh well. The faintest, tiniest red glow from the sunset half an hour ago.
Eventually, she found a clearing that felt perfect, calm, still, and far from any signs of civilization. But not long after settling in, she noticed something strange, a light moving in the distance.
I don't know if you can see that, but there's somebody walking down the bottom of the valley there with a torch. I'm sure they're fine and innocent, but I've turned all my lights off until they've walked by. That person with the torch going along, I was about to set the camera up, and I was about to say, oh, I'm on a hilltop and I can see they're about to leave the valley, so that's good. But they didn't. They came back and sort of towards the tent, and I just thought, oh shit, oh shit.
At first, she assumed it was just someone passing by, but as the figure got closer, unease started to creep in. The person didn't just pass, he began walking directly toward her camp. Leslie immediately turned off her lights and hid in the darkness, heart pounding. The figure lingered, scanning the area with a flashlight, before finally disappearing into the trees.
In the trees to make sure they went, because I also wanted to check what they were doing rather than just, me leaving. And eventually they left. I don't know, I was spooked by then. So I found a different spot. I'll show you this spot, just about 10 minutes around the corner, but it's a different valley, so what's the chances they're not going to come back? Hello. Oh. The ground is so bumpy. Well, what to do? I'm 10 minutes away, but I feel safe because it's just a different tucked away corner. I'm just looking down on the ridgeway. I don't know, I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to go back to the car and give up. I know that everyone says, oh, follow your instincts and do that. When I saw this, I thought, no, I'm going to be here, at least for the evening. I think it's so rough and bumpy here, I'm not sure I can sleep.
Spooked but thinking clearly, Leslie grabbed her gear and relocated to a different valley about 10 minutes away, hoping that would be enough to avoid any further encounters. Still on edge, she tried to enjoy a small meal and even joked about having a reassuringly sharp cheese knife for safety. But the unsettling feeling wouldn't go away.
So I've had a glass of wine and some slices of cheese and apple. So I'm still a little bit spooked. I don't think I'll be able to stay, but I do have a reassuringly sharp cheese knife. Which way? Nearly back to safety. It's 7:45 now, I'm back at the car. So I went to a spot I've only been to once before, and it's lovely, it's up on a little hill. But that torch in the valley, normally if you see that, they just go along and they're gone. But he was like looking around, and the torch, you know, shining across trees, and seemed to swing back to where, you know, I was. I was just so spooked.
Eventually, she chose to end the trip early and return to her car. Sometimes it's not about how brave you are, it's about knowing when something doesn't feel right.